Welcome back to the Calm Mind channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches all of us, yet is often overlooked: the act of judging others. We've all been there, haven't we? Making a snap judgment about someone based on their appearance, their actions, or even a rumor we've heard. But have we ever stopped to think about the impact of our judgments? In this video, we're going to explore why we judge, the invisible battles people are fighting that we may know nothing about, and how we can cultivate empathy instead of judgment. I want to share a story with you. A few years ago, I met a man who seemed quite rude and standoffish. I quickly judged him as someone I wouldn't get along with. Later, I found out that he was going through a painful divorce and was struggling to cope. It was a stark reminder that we never truly know what battles people are fighting. Our aim today is not to make you feel guilty, but to encourage understanding and empathy. So, let's embark on this journey together, and see if we can change our perspectives for the better. Understanding judgment. So, let's start at the beginning. What does it mean to judge others? Judgment, in this context, is forming an opinion or conclusion about someone based on limited information. It's a snap decision we make about who someone is, what they're like, without really knowing them. But why do we judge? Psychologists suggest that it's a survival mechanism. Our brains are wired to make quick assessments of others to determine if they're friend or foe. It's a part of our human nature. However, in our modern society, this instinct can lead to harmful stereotypes, misunderstandings, and even discrimination. When we judge, we're not seeing the person for who they truly are. Instead, we're seeing our own assumptions, biases, and prejudices. And the impact? It's twofold. For the person being judged, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy, isolation, and stress. For the one judging, it can limit their ability to connect with others on a deeper level, and it can reinforce harmful biases. Understanding this is the first step towards changing our behavior. Remember, everyone has their own story, their own struggles, and their own triumphs. Let's try to understand that story before making our judgment. The invisible battles. Now, let's talk about the battles that people fight, the ones we often don't see. These are the invisible battles. Imagine a person who always seems cheerful and outgoing. You might think they have it all together, right? But what if they're battling depression or anxiety? Or consider someone who seems aloof or distant. Could they be dealing with a personal loss or a family crisis? These are just examples, but they illustrate a crucial point. We often don't know what someone is going through based on their outward appearance or behavior. Mental health issues, personal loss, financial struggles, health challenges, these are battles that many people fight in silence. When we judge others without knowing their struggles, we risk adding to their burden. We might make them feel misunderstood, isolated, or stigmatized. So, the next time you find yourself making a snap judgment about someone, pause for a moment. Remember that there might be an invisible battle they're fighting. And instead of judging, let's try to understand and empathize. The power of empathy. So, we've talked about judgment and the invisible battles people fight. Now, let's discuss a powerful tool we can use to combat judgment: empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, seeing the world from their perspective. Empathy is not just about feeling sorry for someone. It's about truly understanding their experiences, their emotions, their struggles. It's about recognizing our shared humanity. When we cultivate empathy, we're less likely to judge others. Why? Because we understand that their actions or behaviors might be influenced by circumstances we're not aware of. We see them as fellow human beings, each with their own unique story. But how do we cultivate empathy? It starts with active listening, being present, and showing genuine interest in others' experiences. It's about asking questions, being open-minded, and suspending our judgment. Empathy is a powerful force. It can bridge gaps, heal wounds, and bring us closer together. So, let's strive to be more empathetic, to understand rather than judge. How to stop judging. So, we've talked about judgment, the invisible battles, and the power of empathy. Now, let's discuss some practical ways to stop judging others. First, self-awareness. Recognize when you're making a snap judgment. Ask yourself, am I judging this person based on limited information? This awareness is the first step towards change. Second, cultivate empathy. Try to understand the person's perspective. Ask questions, show interest, and listen actively. Remember, everyone has their own story. Third, be open-minded. Challenge your own assumptions and biases. Be willing to change your perspective based on new information. And fourth, practice kindness. Treat others with respect and compassion. Remember, we're all human and we're all doing our best. These steps might seem simple, but they can have a profound impact on how we interact with others. And the benefits? They're immense. Not only will you foster deeper connections, but you'll also contribute to a more understanding and compassionate society. Conclusion. We've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored the nature of judgment, the invisible battles people fight, the power of empathy, and how we can stop judging others. Remember, when we judge others, we're not seeing them for who they truly are. We're seeing our own assumptions, biases, and prejudices. But when we choose empathy over judgment, we see the person. We understand their story, their struggles, their triumphs. So, let's strive to be more understanding, more empathetic. Let's remember that everyone is fighting their own battles, and a little kindness can go a long way. As the saying goes, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Let's keep that in mind as we interact with others.